What's up? What's up, everybody? I'm trying to get on for a minute tonight, and Google Hangouts wasn't letting me at all. Yo, 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 Khalil, what's up, bro? How you doing? So I've been trying to go on live for like the last. Tom Brady is a goat. What's up, everybody? Hey, listen. So if y'all have been following me and knowing for a while, I predicted that the Patriots will win again. I picked like the last I don't know how many Super Bowls. This is actually one that I decided not to bet. So and not because I wasn't certain, but just not betting right now. So I appreciate everybody checking in. I've been trying to get on the live for like the last 20 minutes, and I've been having all kind of technical difficulties, so I had to go back to my telephone instead of my laptop and my computer that I have set up. So bear with me a little bit. I had to go through the chat a little bit differently. I had to touch the screen and scroll through. Let me know where everybody's checking in from right now. Give me your city and state. I see a lot of people talking about the Super Bowl tonight. Obviously, I can get why. Uh, Vegas in the house, Columbus, Ohio. Man, see, watch from Afghanistan. That means you're probably military. I appreciate you, man. If you're out there fighting for our country and joining my live tonight, that means a lot, man. That's super dope. Appreciate you, man. Dallas, Texas, Stockton, California. We got Charlotte in here. So I need to come out to Columbus, Ohio. Man, you know I'm not coming to Columbus right now, man. It's too cold, man. I don't like being in North Carolina, Houston, Texas, Georgia. What up, man? Try to see who else we have in here. LA, how y'all doing? West Palm Beach. Even on Super Bowl Sunday, went out of properties today, doing a big in Town. Hey, yeah. Hey, look, so I am going to be coming to Houston. I'm going to be in Houston in the next couple weeks. I'm going to do a meetup in Houston, and I think maybe the third or the last week in February. Got a couple things going on leading up into a couple events in the next couple weeks, but I'm definitely going to be in the area. Dallas, Texas, Louisiana. What's up? Buffalo, New York. When will I be in Michigan? Woo, when it's warm. Chi-Town, what's up? I will be doing something in Vegas. I don't know when. Vegas is well, I do know for a lot of you that are new, I plan on doing something pretty massive in Vegas towards the end of the year for the 100K club. So everybody that's joined the 100K club, I do have intentions on doing something very, very big in Vegas. Um, the I would say closer to like October, November. But I come to Vegas a lot. I used to at least. Haven't been as often. So like this is gonna be kind of quick. I got up here. I got up here to kind of give you guys some live Q&A, some stuff that you guys can use as far as when you're talking to sellers, anything that can help provide value tonight. So this is literally, hey, look, I'm gonna churn and burn through the questions that you guys ask in hopes that I can provide you some value. Um, Going to have to be a little slower than I anticipated, just based off the fact that I'm now using a my phone and my laptop. No love for Minnesota. Hey, Mark, there's no chance in hell you would catch me in Minnesota right now. It is too cold. Marquise asked, "Do I recommend using a dollar like Mojo?" Dollars help, man. 100%. I say dollars help. If you I mean, it just helps you knock out more numbers. So 100% something that some sort of dollar. I use dollars, but I also have virtual assistants that make my calls for me. So that helps me a lot. Bliss Culture said, I'm new to wholesaling. What do I do after I ask someone if they're willing to meet about their home? I'm trying to figure this stuff out here. Super Bowl, put that on Do Not Disturb. So Bliss Culture, basically, it's pretty simple from the point of from the moment that you ask somebody for the appointment and you get to their property, you want to come and obviously be able to be prepared to go through the property, walk around with the seller, build rapport with them, and submit a contract offer to them to offer the purchase to them. So, um, like a little more detail on that. Somebody said in Serbia. So Sydney asked, even though I called to get the appointment, do I still ask what they're considering selling the property for and what kind of offer they would entertain? Absolutely not. That's once again trying to qualify the buyer before you go to the appointment, guys. This is not about trying to take shortcuts. You're not wasting your time ever. If you're going in front of a seller, you gotta have the mindset that this person is somebody that may or may not have the opportunity to assign a deed over to you to where you can get a contract that can be worth uh, $5,000+. So every appointment is valuable. I say get in front of as many people as you possibly can. It's very, very critical, like in this business, to be in front of sellers. So the qualification process that a lot of you guys do when you try to uncover the number before you go into the appointment, you're shortcutting your stuff yourself. You're taking shortcuts, and it's going to make you miss out on a lot of deals. Uh, Anna asked, "What is my success rate with Deal Machine?" Deal Machine guys, like understand what driving for dollars is all about. Like I'm a big advocate of driving for dollars. Um, I don't think like you can look at it and say, "Hey, what's your success rate?" It's like, "Hey, look, I put in as many type of opportunities into Deal Machine as I possibly can, and I'm looking to try to, find the one or two properties that I find that's abandoned that I can actually get in contact with the homeowner and they got an interest in selling." So. I think you guys need to kind of look at some of this stuff a little differently. It's about how many opportunities does it take for you to get in front of a seller motivated enough to give you a contract, accept your contract offer, and then you assign that to someone else. So uh, I run through a lot of numbers in Deal Machine. I think like this week alone, I had like 200 and something entries into it. We'll be cold calling the that list tomorrow morning. So like it's just the consistency of going back and forth. Uh, like and trying to stay in contact with the people. It's so hard for me to do this stuff on here with the way these questions pop up on my phone. I hate that this thing give me a tough time tonight. Somebody said, "Where do I find my VA?" So you can go to onlinejobs.ph. Onlinejobs.ph is a source. I mean, you can go to Fiverr or Upwork as well. Denzel asked, "How did the appointment go after driving for dollars on the live yesterday?" So I actually had three appointments yesterday. The one that I showed you guys with the Asian woman, um, we gave her an offer. She's she's not prepared to make it accept that offer just yet. She's actually a realtor, and they had those properties for about 20 years or so, and she really doesn't want to put money into fixing up the property. And she's like, she knows she can take a shortcut and put 5 grand into it and just rent it out bare bones in that area. So with them being able to have like some of the stuff available to them, that I mean, she's just not like the ideal seller. But I will follow up with her just because we decided that we're going to do some things with some other opportunities in the area that she had on some other listings that she might need some help with. So that deal in itself didn't become a deal. She does have another property that might be she might be a little bit more motivated to move. She's looking to make some money. She's been in the business for a while, and obviously just trying to see if she can maximize some dollars. All right, let me see some of these questions here. All right, guys. So, um, questions here. So Quentin said, "Can I take my contract and deposit to title company and start title search before I find a buyer?" Absolutely, you can. 100%. Denzel, yes, I use RVM every single day. That's part of like what we do is in addition to skip tracing. Fast closings. Kansas City asked, how many driving for dollars do you average per deal? Um, like guys, like here's like something I really encourage you because like numbers are going to vary for everybody. Um, like the way my systems are set up is like I got like a lot of hacks that will help me have an advantage. I mean, I got a bunch of cold callers now. I mean, my cold calling team is ridiculous. Got guys like Tyler, Austin, and Daniel who help with a lot of my tech end, so it's kind of dialed in. But it makes it like where I do some things a little bit differently than you guys. Like I'm making more points of contact, so I'm sending from the time I add stuff into my driving for dollars. I'm actually skip tracing on the spot. I'm sending out text message and email and mailers all at once. So I'm making so many different points of contact that like for me when I like it's not even going to be the same conversions as what you guys get. Ken Fulton said he's driving for dollars right now because he can't afford to buy a list. I'll tell you right now, driving for dollars, whether you have the money or not, is like a gold mine. You'll find properties that may or may not be on some of the lists that are being produced. And it's critical, man, just to know your market, what's happening around you. You'll discover so much. I mean, it's great. Like yesterday, I think I spent about 4 or 5 hours driving for dollars. Did not do it today, but I will be back right in the morning, going back and drawing for dollars again. Somebody said, "Hi, sir. I want to complete my high school 12. How can I do that? Stay in school?" Serbia is best. How do you reassure a seller when presenting a subject to offer? Donovan asks, "How do you reassure a seller when presenting a sub to offer?" Like I think like any offer you present to a seller, like you make it to where like it's attractive to whatever the situation that it is. So like for me, like if I'm offering a cash offer and the subject to offer, I'm giving you enough value that like the sub two is going to be the most attractive offer if that's where I want to go. If the cash offer is where I want to be at, then that's going to be the offer that's going to be most attractive. What you want to try to do is give the seller like you want to try to figure out like what they hope to accomplish, and then you base your structure of your deal around that. Okay, yeah. Let me grab my. Hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna grab my other phone. Charles, what's up, bro? Windows hater said that they want to die. Hope it's not that bad. If you got something going on, go talk to some loved ones or something, man. That's not good. My favorite people to market to are people that want to sell their homes. I know that might sound a little simple. So what's up, everybody? I'm actually on live on YouTube right now. So if you guys who aren't on my YouTube, I got IG to my left and I got YouTube to my right. So for all my YouTube, all my IG people, jump on over to YouTube right now and join this live Q&A. Live Q&A on YouTube right now. Boy, there's getting some weird people coming in here. Void Sam, remove. Hey, what's up, everybody on IG? Join me right now on YouTube. I'm at Tony the Closer. I'm doing a live right now on YouTube. Y'all jump on over here to YouTube right now. Bliss Culture asks, are there REI mentors who are out there that are willing to take a newbie under their wing? Granted, a newbie has an ad offer. Or is that rare? I can't speak for other mentors out there, but like I think I'm probably one of the most involved when it comes to just like hands-on, trying to give you guys as much as I possibly can when it comes to like bringing some sort of value and helping you guys through deals. I created this 100K blueprint. If you don't already have the 100K blueprint, you should go right now to it's our turn 100K.com and download it. It's 100% free. I give you some daily actionable game plans, stuff that you can do that'll help you start getting your first deal and other deals after that. So it's a blueprint to help you get your first six figures in the business. Obviously, it's like, hey, look, you have to put in the work, you have to grind it out. But if you stay consistent with it, like you can definitely make a lot of money in this business. Uh, so it'll give you some things like, hey, look, driving for dollars, cold calling, how many points of contact you need to make with cold calling, etc. So definitely make that happen right now. Download, go to it's our turn 100k.com. Mel Mitchell, why are you trying to speed up the list of like actually like when you guys have a list? I think like one of the things that is really important is like trying to make points of contact. I know a lot of people like get excited just to say like, hey, look, I made X amount of calls or something like that. But I think like the biggest thing, like if you make 100 calls, if you make 1,000 calls, like the reality is you need to be talking to sellers. You need to be talking to motivated sellers. So with vacant list or whatever list that you actually are working, one of the biggest things that you can focus on is like, hey, look, I know I'm dialing with a purpose. You're dialing with a purpose to be able to get in contact with one person that can say, hey, yes, I'm willing to let you come in my house, take a look at it, I'll accept the contract and move forward from there. So no matter how big your list is, you shouldn't be trying to speed through the list. You need to be making sure you're taking the time to actually try to get in contact with people. Devin Thomas Jr. said, I got a few thousand to put into marketing. What channel should I put my money into? So I would tell you right now, like the biggest thing I tell anybody, hey man, like go driving for dollars. Like even if you have money, if you don't have money, you go get in the car and you go driving for dollars. You go to the hottest zip codes and you see what's working, man. You go see what's happening in those areas. Obviously, like you can go purchase lists. You can uh you can use software like I mean obviously like there's softwares out here that can give you some value, but I think that the ultimate thing for you, man, is like, hey, look, if you got money like or no money, like get out and go driving for dollars and do things like that. What and you got some crazy people here tonight. Somebody tripping. Charles, absolutely. I do use Investor Carrot. If you follow me on Instagram, if you want to join on Investor Carrot, I do have an affiliate link that you can go underneath. You said, how do you talk to a person that doesn't know they own a property? I had a couple people that tell me that they had like situations where someone is either unaware that they own a property or like a spouse may have deeded the property to them or whatever. Um, I just say, hey man, like you just got to try to give them the information and let them see it because sometimes they just don't know. So it's your job. Like if you feel like it's a deal that can be had out of it by convincing that person that they indeed do own a property, you bring some information and let them know and see that they own a property. Hey, if you got to get a copy of a deed or something to show them that hey, listen, like this property is indeed in your name, then hey, maybe you have to do that. Sometimes it takes you taking that extra step to try to get in contact with people. Jeremy Collins Sr. said, "How can you get an auction that's scheduled for Tuesday to be stopped?" Um, First off, Jeremy, it depends on where you live at. Like, what's the process? But I will tell you, like in North Carolina, like you have an upset bid period. So just because it goes to a sale doesn't mean that's final. You still have an upset bid period. Like in North Carolina, for example, it's a 10-day upset bid period where you can still get in and that gives you enough time to work out something with the seller and try to figure out if you can work out a deal. So depending on where you live, you might have an opportunity to still be involved with the deal even after that it goes to auction. Um, don't know. V, I don't want to mess your name up. Ask, am I still going to write a book on negotiating? That book is in the works already. So I will have a book on negotiating. I will have a audio book on negotiating. Oh, something else is crazy. I didn't even tell anybody, but I ain't gonna tell you yet. So in Idaho, you say you have until the auction starts. I'm not really familiar with the process in Idaho, but yeah, you can even the day of. Like Tyler just made a great point. Like you can, like I know nothing about Idaho, but like hey, uh, all the way up until the last minute, you can figure out something most of the time. Okay, I want to ask if I can post a live cold call. I might do some live cold calling just one day in front of you guys. I think actually what I'm gonna do with my live cold calling is because I have a cold calling course. I think I'll probably reserve some of that stuff for the course because I do let out a lot. That last video I put out so the live I did the other day with Armani, guys, you better go take advantage of stuff like that because I put out a ton of value. Um, Take advantage of stuff like that for sure. There's some weird people in here. Truly gifted asks, do I recommend any other programs to help with business besides Deal Machine? Like the reason why I recommend Deal Machine, guys, is like literally because I think driving for dollars is something that's extremely important. Um, like I have the Lead Genie deal where it's a virtual assistant done for you system where they actually help you with pulling your list and like qualifying your leads for you. So basically, all they're doing is setting appointments for you and qualifying your buyer where you just go and you're going on appointments and you're closing. So that's something that's extremely valuable to me, and I use them. So Lead Genie is 100% another way to go. Fast closing is Kansas City. That stuff will be going over in my intro course to go deeper. You want to see watch the video of me and Armani 3 times? Hey, yeah. So like that content right there, yeah. Hey, you got to make sure you take advantage of like because I'm giving out a ton of information that can help you guys get those deals, but there's gonna be some things that I'm gonna niche down a little bit more specifically for my courses. I mean, like I do have some of that stuff. I mean, I put a lot out here. Do you need RVM programs? I mean, like it just depends on what your budget's like. I mean, if you guys don't have the budget, I mean, I would say no. But if you can afford it, I would absolutely tell you to take advantage of it. Add something into your mix. You know, it helps you for sure. Big fan of RVM. Milton Cox asked, "Do you cold call probates?" Absolutely, you 100% you will cold call probates, and I mean that's a great lead source for you. Obviously, just know what you're talking about. I don't think you need to make it about saying, "Hey, I know somebody died" or something of that nature. I think you need to make it just, "Hey, look, I want to know if I can help you solve a problem. Do you have a property for sale?" Fast close and say, "I'm killing them." So, so like some of the things I do want to provide you guys value. Like, I get a lot of like specific questions, like when it comes to leads and uh, like buying software and stuff like that. Like, I think some of the things that like you guys should really be focused on, like quite honestly, is like having the right mindset, like where you know you're helping people, like having the mindset that you're going in every single day to conquer your fears of whatever you don't want to do in your business. For me, that would be like, hey, something that like takes a lot of energy out of me is to get on Instagram or YouTube Live and do that every single day and provide value. It just takes a lot out of me to do it. So like whatever you don't particularly enjoy doing, I think that's something that you need to put a big focus on. So you need to make sure like you're making your calls, you're driving for dollars, and you do this stuff on a daily basis. It builds up a pipeline for you to be able to be consistent. Sydney asks, how accurate is REIRL and pulling info when the call comes in? I mean, I think any source is only as good as the data that's put in there. So if you're putting in the right data, then that stuff should all be lined up. If your data doesn't match for whatever reason, if you got poor data, then it doesn't matter. It'll be bad. But you putting in good stuff, I mean, you should get good numbers that hit you back. So here's a couple questions I have for you guys that are in the chat. One of the things I want to know is like when you get into like your actual cold calling and things that you encounter with meeting sellers and like actual problems that you face in closing deals. What would you say are some of the biggest challenges you have in closing deals when it comes to cold calling, making offers, negotiating, etc.? Charles asked, "Am I strictly wholesale? Do I do fixed flips and holds?" Doing a lot of wholesaling right now because I had to build up some capital, but I plan on doing everything. Well, more holding than fixing flips. Uh, Khalid, I don't know if I'm messing up your name. As he's going through his tax delinquent list from his county and was wondering what years do we contact. I don't really care about the years as much as like the dollar amount. If it's like a small dollar amount, if it's like less than $100 or something like that, like I start trying to be pretty particular, like not looking at like everything that somebody can just catch up with like some pocket change. But I'll try to look at stuff that's a little bit more significant. Um, I think that'll help you a little bit. So Ken Fulton said one of his biggest challenges as far as cold calling is not knowing what to ask next. Um, so here's like a couple things I think are extremely important in your call is like trying to figure out like uh, the true problem. What's the problem that your seller is encountering? How you can best solve that problem. If they are on any list, whether it's pre-foreclosure, tax delinquent, absentee, whatever, like, hey, look, it doesn't matter. Let's try to figure out exactly why they're trying to sell their property. Once you figure out exactly why they're trying to sell their property, then you can figure out, hey, look, what's your true sense of urgency? Like, are you needing to sell this property in like a short amount of time? Do we have some time that we're working with, or do you have the time, the money, and the means to be able to get this property where it'll be ready for a realtor? If you figure out just that in itself, it'll let you know like true motivation as far as how you can approach that deal. And then the next thing you do, you set the appointment, you get in front of them, you make an offer. Once you make that offer, then you have the obviously like the control of being able to see where they really are as far as the numbers and how motivated they are. LaWan said, I haven't made a cold call yet. I'm basically just trying to get as much info as I can in this business, but I think I'm overthinking it. Lawan, my challenge for you tomorrow is to absolutely get on the phone and start working your business. Like if you're not making calls, you're not in the business. If you're not doing things that are reflective of people that are in the business, you're not in the business. So it doesn't matter if you haven't got your first deal or any of that stuff. You need to be literally calling people, and having conversations about if they want to sell their property and how you can help them sell their property. Uh, all the YouTube you can get on my Instagram, YouTube, and everything else, and look at every single video. The only time you're going to be able to start truly helping people is by getting off all this stuff and start actually making calls and helping people. Will I be at We Live 19? Hmm, we never know. Charles said, "My biggest issue is not sounding like a telemarketer or imposing myself uh, dislike or being seen as rude. So you don't have to be a telemarketer. You want to be somebody that's a helper. So hey, look, if you go back and look at the video that Armani and I just did the other night, I think you can get a lot of value in that, Charles, because what we talk about is like not being a telemarketer, being somebody that's like actually reaching out to somebody with a true uh, care for helping them solve a problem and seeing if they have an interest in selling their property is very critical to try to win that first 7 seconds in the call. Um, let them know like, hey, look, hey, I'm calling just because I want to, see if you got an issue that I can help you solve as far as this property. If you indeed do want to sell your property, I'm the person for you, and I can close quickly. You said, what do I say when they ask, just make me an offer? For one, when they say just make you an offer, that's fair enough. I'd be glad to give you an offer. When's a good time for us to get together to go over the details? Because the reality is that if you want me to make an offer, I'd love to take a look at what I'm actually going to be presenting my money to. You can't expect me to make an offer of X amount of dollars without seeing it. I can give you all ballpark stuff, but like to be more concrete, I'll have to get in front of you and take a look at the property, and we can work it from there. Amen. However you say your name, asked, have I ever tried email marketing? I actually do a lot of email marketing right now, um, um, through my deal machine Twilio connection through Slack. So I got a little system I have set up there. Somebody said stubborn. Cam said her thing is stubborn. I'm motivated seller, so probably need to filter my list better. No, you don't need to filter your list better. So here's the thing, guys. The unmotivated seller, the stubborn seller, they're all part of the process. And guess what? Even the stubborn, unmotivated sellers, they end up converting into deals. It just means your follow up process and how you help them is going to have to be a little bit different. Too many people hear somebody that seems like a challenge and they literally run away from it. Where a lot of times the sellers are so like guarded because they've had bad experiences, or sometimes not even had bad experiences, but just heard of negative people or whatever. It's just like the same stuff that happens in like when you hear people say, look, I don't need to buy get a mentor or anybody like that because everybody just like trying to rip people off, or everybody that sells courses or everybody sells something is like a rip off. Like you hear all that the same way. So somebody who may or may not have even ever had a bad experience kind of may have something in their head, some negative self-limiting beliefs or whatever that makes them feel like dealing with somebody in this business is going to be a bad experience. So that just is part of the process. And if somebody is unmotivated at the time, you do your job, you be a professional, you give them all the information to help them make a decision. And if they don't make a decision right then, that's fine. You just follow up with them. But like just because somebody seems like they're playing hardball or you don't think like you can convert them right away, doesn't mean that that person isn't going to be somebody that you can't end up selling down the road. So one of the things that you need to do um, is stay in contact with people, follow up religiously, like make it a part of your life to be helping people, even the ones that seem like a challenge, even like the ones that seem like, hey, look, it's so far fetched and they're not going to be a deal, and it's going to be something that's a headache. Those people end up buying or selling their properties too. You just got to stay a little bit more consistent. It takes a little bit more work. It might be a little bit more frustrating, but those deals still pay too. Dayon Jackson, I'm not really sure what you're saying, but you said I'm gonna kill YouTube. I plan on killing it, man. I'm gonna be here every single day on YouTube live. I'll be on different times. I'm gonna try to. I haven't quite like figured this stuff out, and it's kind of frustrating because I'm so used to Instagram. I've been doing those lives every day. I'm converting over to YouTube to give you guys some stuff to go back and look at the replays. So deal with me a little bit. I will get this thing figured out. Mel Mitchell says, is there a software that makes it easier to follow up calls and everything else? Hey, use something like Podio. Podio is really popular. Anything like to just give you some reminders, like you can have somebody help you set up your follow up sequences in Podio. That would be what I would recommend. Sydney said, Sydney A made a good one here. Delivering a low offer with confidence when meeting with a seller. So one of the things I tell people is like when you present your offer is for one, like you got to be prepared that the seller is going to say that they expect more money anyway. No matter what you tell a seller, if you told them that you were going to give them uh, their Zillow price, they still wouldn't be happy with your original offer. So one of the things I really tell people is like, hey, look, make your offer and be confident in the offer. The next thing I would tell you is to have information that can help you back up your offer. So by having other comps in the area, then being able to talk about cost of repairs, things that will be needed to get the property to be comparable to the other things that you've seen in this business. Like these people, like some of this shit I see up here is crazy. So you seen a Ron Jeremy talking about somebody being naked. That was so retarded. But I'm gonna have to get my focus super locked in on this stuff because I guess it's just like weirdos that get online. And yeah. So where was I at before I got thrown off? Golly, that threw me off. Charles, you said, what are the chances of having Mr. Robinson Sr. creative financing seems to be something people could use? I don't know. Got to see. Mr. Robinson is he's sometime with it. Rondell Powell, what up, bro? How you doing, bro? Crystal Dennis said, can you talk about what you say when you follow with people who aren't ready to just yet feel like the follow up in the conversation lasts 30 seconds because they're just like, hey, are you ready to sell yet? So, like, if you've already went to the person and had like a a contract offer and you're now trying to just follow up and see where they are in the process, I like to do what I call like a one thing call, where I would just call them and I'll say, hey, look, Mr. Seller, I appreciate you spending some time with me today or yesterday, and I just have a quick question for you. Did I catch you at an okay time? I just want to know, do you have any lingering questions from our meeting from when we met and the contract that I shared with you? And I'll let them give me some feedback. And I'll say, hey, look, so Mr. Seller, here's one question I have for you. If there was one thing, literally one thing that kept you from moving forward, what would that one thing be? Would it be the money? Would it be the timing? Or would it be me? And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to isolate if it's an issue with like something that they have with me, Are they just not ready to make a decision, or is it a money issue? Oh, there you go. How do you throw the sellers off? Look, he did throw me off a little bit, man. I was like, what the? I can't even remember what the hell I was talking about, man. Hey, look, man, you got to see some of the shit that's popping up on the screen here. So when you give out an offer, going back, I'm sorry I got thrown off a little bit. On handling and giving out a low ball offer, like guys, you got to have conviction that first and foremost, like it's going to work. If you want to make big profit in this business, the only way you can make big profit is by taking big shots and taking the opportunity. You want to be able to have built enough rapport and have control the conversation to now be able to see, like, okay, I know exactly where I am. The seller has a good relationship with me. I'm going to present them some numbers, and you present a number that you feel like that you can back with information. And if your information can say, hey, look, you can look around the house and see you got $25,000, $30,000 in repairs needed. Um, Other properties around the neighborhood are selling for X amount of dollars. Here's what I feel like I can offer you based off the repairs and the comps in the area. I need your initials here, and I need you to sign here, and I would slide a paper next to them and give them the opportunity to talk. So I think one of the things when it comes to like delivering the offers and being confident is literally saying, hey, listen, the only way you're gonna have an opportunity for them to say yes or no is to give them an offer. You never know what somebody's gonna say yes or no to, and that's why a lot of people try to pull the numbers away from the seller. And I'm like completely the opposite of asking the seller for the number. I want to present numbers that put me in the position to win. And sometimes, yes, I offer low enough to where like I'm gonna win anyway. But if somebody has like a deal where they might have taken even less than what I'm gonna offer them initially, I'm still gonna make enough money where it doesn't matter if they take my offer or they would took a little bit less. I know a lot of people go, well, if you present your number first, then what if you could have made less or anything? I mean, could have made more if they would accepted less. I just don't buy it. I think like as a professional in this industry, you should be able to give somebody a value uh, because that's what you do every single day. Most people only sell one or two houses in their entire buy and sell one or two houses in their entire life. You do it on a daily basis, so you should be able to give them information that helps them make a decision. Am I able to block people? Uh, I can't block the comments and stuff like that. I don't know some of the stuff. Like I'm gonna figure this stuff out because y'all know this is like only like my second or third YouTube live. After a while, I'm gonna be a pro blocker, all this stuff. I'm gonna figure it out because I already see now there's gonna be some weird stuff going on YouTube. And I asked, how do you make an offer to someone who's out of the country? Like, if somebody's out of the country, now you got to actually virtual wholesale. So it's a completely different situation than what I typically teach because I want like most new investors to get in front of sellers and be able to build value and so you make it a moderator, you block everybody. So you build value with them, and that's where you gain that credibility. So it's all about building value and putting yourself in a position to be successful. So if you know that the person's out of the country, you got to submit the offer. If they're in the country, don't shortcut any steps. You get in front of like if you can get in contact with them, you get in contact. When you go face to face, meet that seller and present your offer there. But if you are stuck with a person that you can't get in contact with, give them a price. How do I feel about virtual wholesale? I think virtual wholesaling is nice. I think it's a great asset to have in your tool belt to be in other markets. But I also think that like a lot of people try to virtually wholesale in their own markets, and that's where it becomes a problem. Is a lot of people take so many shortcuts to try to get a deal or a property under contract that they'll miss just as many. If you actually know the seller, that's even better. That's an advantage for you. I would say like you just negotiate a contract that you feel like is advantageous to the both of you and get that deal done. Oh, this is a good one right here. Do you use a different approach when talking to white sellers versus black sellers? So I'm curious to know like why you would actually think you would have to have like a different type of presentation or approach when you talk to a white person versus a black person. Like for me, guys, like I feel like you should be able to identify with whoever you're absolutely doing business with, black, white, Hispanic, whatever. The reality is that if somebody has a pain point and they need to sell their property, you need to give them everything that you can to try to make sure like you're the best solution to them selling their property. So whether they're black, white, or whatever, like you want to be able to provide value, be a professional, and give them the information that helps them make a decision. Period. Zaylee asked, "How do you recover credibility after giving a seller a lowball offer?" Um, Like one thing I don't think like if you've already had credibility, I don't think you lose credibility. That's just part of a negotiation, and I set the expectations with people. Um, so when I say, okay, Mr. Seller, hey, just so you know, we're about to sit down and run through the numbers. Don't let any of this stuff startle you or anything like that. I mean, we got a lot that we'll go over. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with, and I'll show my number, and I'll let them start talking to me and let me know where they are, what they feel like the offer, if it's fair or unfair. If somebody's offering them more, I'll listen to everything that they complain about, and then I'll say, hey, look, I agree with you, and that's exactly why you should do the deal now because the numbers aren't going to get any better. Like before I start moving my numbers, I always say, hey, I understand. I'm with you. If I were you, I would want more money myself. But based off what the market is currently reflecting, what we have going on, here's what my offer is to you at the time. I need your initials here. I need your signature here. The first couple of times, like you literally, guys, you got to make sure you just start trying to validate your price and where you're coming from with your price. You shouldn't just be jumping around on your numbers. Create enough value in which you're sharing with somebody that you can literally have a good conversation about, hey, where your numbers came from, and then if you have to start negotiating and moving your numbers, then you do so. But it shouldn't just be right at the outset. JDW Falcon said, should he leave voicemail? I mean, it's okay to leave voicemail. Some people don't listen to them. I don't listen to voicemail, but like leave them, man. Like if you're trying to make a point of contact, do what you got to do to get in contact with them. The one you don't have, I mean, like I'm not gonna say you don't have to, but like I mean, like I think you need to start taking action, bro. Like whether you have an LLC or not, like you can take care of that as soon as possible. Right now, you need to take action. Go drive for dollars. Go call people. Start doing things that are reflective of the business. Sydney A asks, "How do I ask for a reduction when you find out that the price is too high?" First and foremost, I think you need to make sure you do a better job of making sure you know your what you need to be in your pricing before you go into agreement with the seller. I think that becomes a true character issue where they'll start questioning character and things of that nature. What I would try to recommend. If you do get in a situation where you screwed up and you're too high in it, then you got to be transparent and let your sellers know. And you just be transparent as you possibly can. I mean, there's a lot of word tracks you can use, but I think some of the things is just like the preparation and knowing that your offer is solid before you go in there and make those mistakes. Truly, give to say you thought IG was full of weirdos. YouTube a whole new level. Yeah, we be putting a boot on some people. I can see that for sure. Ken Fulton asked, "What's a smooth way to ask a seller's pain point is?" So I would just ask them straight out, directly, like, "Hey, you got a wonderful property here. I know that most people don't typically sell properties like this. Is there any reason that you're considering selling this property in the condition that it is? I mean, because it just doesn't seem normal." I think that's a really good way to get somebody to start having a conversation with you. Crystal asks, how many times do you call the same list before switching to another list? I think it depends on the quality of the list and what type of list it is. I mean, like if I know it's like something where it's like a motivated list to where it's like time sensitive and there are maybe like a tax delinquent or pre foreclosure situation, I think you put a little bit more attention as the deadlines start approaching. I mean, obviously after the deadline passes, and you can watch those lists on high equity and stuff like that because I'm doing like RVM and stuff like that. It's so inexpensive. I don't care. I just keep watching it until like really trying to find some of these other questions. So um like this live tonight was like literally Q&A for you guys. I will have some more structured stuff tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about some cold calling. I'll be actually doing a my top, what did I put in here? Top five mistakes that new salespeople make will be what we talk about tomorrow. So get ready for that. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you give me a thumbs up. Like this video for me. If you don't already have on your post notifications, do me a favor. Give me a follow. Turn on those post notifications. I plan on doing a YouTube live every single day. Um, I will. Hey guys, if you don't follow me already, follow me on Instagram at trob56. I will make an announcement once I have everything put in order. It's important for me to try to get. Like I got to figure out some of this YouTube software. I bought a couple of softwares. I'm trying to play with a little bit to bring this experience and make it a little bit better for you guys. Where I can make it interactive. I can bring you in on a call. I want to keep it as similar as I mean, Instagram lives have been. This right here, I'm trying to make sure I can get the engagement where you guys can come back and look at the videos later. But I want to make sure I can also keep bringing people in. So some of this stuff I got to work on a little bit. It's a little bit frustrating not knowing how to use YouTube right now. So I'm literally gonna have to go through like a whole tutorial on like how to do YouTube lives a little bit better. But I promise you guys, like some of the stuff I'm trying to do is give you like top notch content that can help you close deals and make some money quickly. So hopefully I'll be able to shortcut a lot of you guys' learning curve. If you guys are new to me, please go check out my Instagram. Give me a follow at trob56. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, um, go in and hit that button. Throw a like button. Share this post with somebody else. Um, Something else I got going on right now. I got an audio book that I know a lot of you guys been asking about. You might want to do some research because the audio book may or may not be available on Audible right now. I kind of saved that to the end of the live. So for you guys that have been asking me for my audio book, the audio book is on Audible right now, and they kind of messed it up and they didn't put the right cover on there, so the cover will change. But right now, the closers, 21 Proven Secrets, which you guys have already made an Amazon bestseller, is now an audio book. So the closers, 21 Proven Secrets to close more wholesale deals in 30 days, is now on Audible. You can look it up by Tony Robinson, Tony the Closer, 21 Proven Secrets. All that stuff will help you get right to it. For you guys who are struggling with actually making cold calls and getting in contact with people, um, Lead Genie has effectively started off. Lead Genie is a cold calling, done for you service that pulls lists, does your cold calling for you, sets the appointment, and all you gotta do is go close the deal. Um, Go take a look at that, leadgenie.com, leadgeenie.com. Absolute phenomenal service. I also do offer one-on-one 20-minute calls. And this thing takes up a lot of my day and is really more advantageous for you guys to take advantage of this for the short amount of time that I'm going to continue to do it, because I don't plan on offering uh, these courses this much longer, because it's just a hassle with doing the one-on-ones and trying to be productive in my own personal business. So right now I have a link in my Instagram bio, guys. If you would like to have a one-on-one consultation call with me and I can help you in your business some, you can book you a 20-minute call. Very, very, like the cheapest I've ever made myself available. Like, it's ridiculous. So, and it's literally to help new investors get going. So hope you guys can get a lot of value of the stuff that I'm bringing out, man. I'm telling you, like, I'm going to be extremely consistent in my content. I promise you, like, the things I'm working on is going to be some pure fire. It'll help you guys get your first couple of deals. If you haven't got your deals, if you're already closing deals, I want to help you close more deals. Um, Something that's real big to me is like the community aspect of what we're doing. So if you guys are new to me, something that I always say is put the hashtag it's our turn. Um, Hashtag it's our turn. Yeah, so my Instagram, I seen somebody ask what's my Instagram, is TRob56, TROB56. Um, I used to do IG lives on every single day. Now I'm pushing it all over to YouTube content because I want to make sure we guys can go back and rewind and keep this stuff forever. I don't know anything about a duet bowl. Marquisa, you got the ebook, man. Purify. Hey, look, if you guys already have my ebook, if you haven't purchased my hard copy that's in Amazon, hey, go to Amazon right now. Give me a 5-star rating on the closers. 21 proven secrets. I need 5-star ratings. My book hit the bestseller in less than a couple of days. Um, Trying to maintain bestseller. I appreciate all the input that everybody has put back into helping this information grow. I really, really, really want to make sure that I can give you guys stuff that will help you change your game, have more confidence when you talk to sellers, and get you more contracts. So the content that I'm going to bring will be stuff that's conducive of helping you get those results. Let's make sure I didn't miss anybody before we get out of here. Rondell said, appreciate the content. I appreciate each and one of you guys for sure. Sydney, man, that sounds amazing. You got almost 200 properties inside your deal machine. Hey, it's time to skip trace. It's time to call, man. Like, get to work, man. Like, you really, like, we're having 200 inside a deal machine, man. You're very close to your first deal. Something in there could be your first deal. Make sure you stay consistent. Get on those telephones and get that deal under contract. So that's it, guys. Somebody said, "So YouTube, how to make it?" Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do, like, when it comes to YouTube stuff, man. I got some work to do. Like, I got to figure a lot of this stuff out. I guarantee you, by the time it's all said and done, I'm gonna have one of the dopest YouTube channels out. But it's gonna take some work. It's gonna take some dedication. But like, that's one of the things I get. Like, I'll be up late tonight trying to figure out why my Google Meetups and all this stuff is giving me a hard time. Um, and you're gonna get it done. Is my voice on Audible? Absolutely. So you can listen to my voice reading the 21 Proven Secrets. I hope I don't sound like I couldn't read the Cat in the Hat, but it's my voice. It's me on the 21 Proven Secrets on Audible. You also can get the Amazon copy. Give me that 5-star review. Show me some love. I'll keep pushing this good content to you. When I talk to sellers, I tell them I'm the person that want to purchase their property. Like, I don't pose as anybody but the person that wants to do this. Do say I can't figure out YouTube. Hey, I can't figure out how to do YouTube Live correctly yet, but I guarantee you my Audible is pretty good, brother. Jack. D Banks, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So Bliss Culture, if you didn't get the download, make sure you check your spam folder under your notifications because sometimes it's going directly to spam. So you should have it if you got it there. So look, guys, that's an hour and some change. I wanted to just come on here and give you some quick value tonight. Hope you guys didn't vote on bet on the Rams tonight. If you bet on the Rams tonight, I know you had a bad night. Tom Brady is the GOAT. I'm not a Patriots fan, but man, how do you knock that? Uh, that's unbelievable that the guy got 6 rings. I mean, holy smokes. Um, I will be here tomorrow. Appreciate everybody that's joined and stayed on this entire time. I will promise you that I'll be showing up every single day to help you guys have that confidence and close more deals. Please go give me that thumbs up right now. Like this video, share it with a friend or two that you think can find some value.